the first time that I knew that this was going to happen, that we were going to have Latin urban music, was when Daddy Yankee came from Puerto Rico, sat with me in the DJ booth on a Saturday night. Me dijo, ponme una pista ahí de reggae, de dancehall. Y el tipo comienza, yo nunca me quedo atrás, nunca me quedo. I'm like, what the? That was the moment. That night, I saw it. I was like, we have something.
Dímelo, mi gente. Welcome to Latino Champs, a show that was created to celebrate Latino excellence. And today, we have a legend with us today. I mean, this guy has been doing what he does as long as I can remember. When I remember it happening, it was him. It was this guy, you know. He goes by the name of Alex Sensation. Whoa. Let's get it from my brother, Alex Sensation.
Whoa. You gotta do the DJ effect. Drop a bomb.
So.
Thank you, Yuli. Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you for being here, my brother.
Like when I think of DJ, you know, your name comes up. It's like, how long have you been DJing for?
Man, I think since I was born.
I think so too.
When I came out, my mom told me that when the doctor, you know, slapped me in the ass, the first thing I said was, Alex Sensation, la mega mezcla. I didn't cry. Nah, I'm just kidding. But I started at a very young age, man. My older brother, was already a DJ in the clubs in Jersey, especially this one club that was very popular back in the day in Jersey City called Fox's. So I was about 15 years old.
What was his DJ name?
Johnny Rhythms.
Okay, Johnny Rhythms.
Johnny Rhythms. So check this out. The owner of the club, the manager of the club, used to give the DJs their names. He used to like baptize you. He's like, what's your name? Your DJ name? He's like, nah, that's whack. So he told my brother had another name, and he's like, nah, that's whack. You're Johnny Rhythms. So he put him on the flyer, Johnny Rhythms. So I used to bug my brother. I was in high school as a freshman, and I was like, yo, can I go with you to the club? You know, I want to go to a club. I was a teenager. I want to go to the club. He's like, you can't go to the club. You're a minor. He's like, listen, I'll carry your CDs. You don't got to worry about me. I'll stay in the DJ booth. I know I can't walk around or nothing. I just want to see what it's like. Y lo jodí tanto. I bothered him so much that he was like, come on. So I went. I carried his CDs. I was there. I was like, wow. I was just like in a state of shock. I was just looking at everybody dancing. It was just salsa. That's it. That was 93. Only salsa, maybe 2 merengues. But the whole night, the club just wanted salsa and a little merengue. That's it. Reggaeton didn't exist. No urban Latin music existed. Nothing like that. Entonces, my brother wanted to dance with a girl.
Somehow there's a girl always in the story.
Yeah, there's a girl in the story. But check this out. It's early in the night, so there's not that many people yet. It's not packed. So he's like, do me a favor. I'm going to dance right here with this girl. And when this song is over, all you got to hit is this green button that says play. That's all you got to do. When this song is over, just hit play. And I'm like, no. I'm 15 years old. I'm like, I'm going to mess up. He's like, don't worry, you got this. So he's there dancing with the girl, salsa, doing the turns. And I'm just like shaking. And I'm looking at the countdown on the other record. 20, 19, 18, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. The song goes off. People keep dancing. I got hooked. That's it, man. That was the beginning of Alex Sensation.
Wow. That's amazing. But who gave you the name, though?
The manager of the club.
No way.
So my brother starts taking me with him every other week whenever he could, and I would just carry his CDs. I was his helper. I was just carrying his CDs, going into the club, and finally, the club gave me my own night. The club's like, we're going to put you Sundays. Sundays, they didn't open, so it was like a dead night. It's like, we're going to open up Sundays. We're going to put a bartender and you. And we're going to make a flyer. When they made the flyer, boom, I look at the flyer and it says Alex Sensation.
No way.
And I said, oh, hell no. No, this guy did not name me like a porn star. Sounded like a porn star.
Yes.
Alex Sensation. I was like, so I go to him and I'm upset. I'm like, listen, I don't like this DJ name. You got to give me something else. He's like, nah, that's your DJ name, Alex Sensation. And I'm like, I'm not gonna DJ, bro. I'm not gonna show up. He's like, you better show up. And they only used to pay like $50. That was it. $50 for like 5 hours to DJ.
Lord.
But that was money.
Yeah,
$50 for.
back then,
I was
yeah.
already 16 years old by then, and I was like,
16.
but they didn't know that. They thought that I was a little older. I used to, lie about my age. And then I'll tell you the story about the beard. That's where the beard comes in. Now, remember, I'm a minor in a club DJing. Nobody knows this. You know what I mean? The club owners don't know this. Only my brother knows that I'm a minor. So I'm there doing my thing. By the way, if you guys are minors, don't do what I did. Don't do it. Go to school. I was always scared that one of my teachers was going to show up to the club and catch me DJing and be like, what the are you doing here? You're a minor. And it did happen once, though. It did happen once. But so that was it. He gave me Alex Sensation. It stood Alex Sensation. And I grew to like it.
Wow. I'm glad you told me that story because I was going to say, wow, how'd they give you the name? Sensation.
Sensation.
Were you blowing backs, man?
No.
Like what's going on, man? Like, was you giving them that
That's
sensation?
what I said. See? It sounds like a porn star. It sounds like a porn star. It came to the point where I used to go to a store to buy clothes, and you used to give out your email. Back in the day, they used to ask you for your email in the store. This was way back before social media. So this lady, I remember, because it's funny because this lady goes to me, what's your email name? What's your email? And I was like, alexsensation25@hotmail.com. And she looked at me like I was a pervert. And I'm like, no, I had to explain to the lady at the cashier that was my DJ name. And she was like, yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. She didn't believe me. Pero ahí me quedé, Alex Sensation. Hasta el día de hoy is Alex Sensation. It's a cool name, It's a super cool name and it's a unique name, And it goes with the music because I try to give people sensation with the mixes.
It's an incredible name. I think for us it was iconic in New York.
Thank you.
Sensation.
Alex Sensation.
Yeah.
And
Where
the
did the voice come from?
The voice.
I'm saying, was that always your voice? Because you got one of the best radio voices too.
Thank you. It was something that I didn't know I had. It was something that I the Lord God blessed me with because I had no idea that I had this talent. So I started as a disc jockey, and then when I started in the clubs, they would give me a flyer, and I would have to, mira, próximo miércoles, Frankie Ruiz y su orquesta, right? And then the guy used to tell me, yo, you got a really good voice. The manager of the club, it's like you know how to read well, and you know how to speak well, and you know how to do it in both languages, in Spanish and English. So they started using me in the clubs to announce more. Okay. So we used to have salsa nights, and they used to bring all the biggest salseros. That's where I met all the salseros, all my idols of salsa, like Frankie Ruiz, like Tito Rojas, like Grupo Nietzsche, Oscar de León, El Gran Combo, just to name a few.
Just a few.
Victor Manuel, Mark Anthony, all of them played at that club, and I met them all there.
Which club was that?
Foxes.
Oh, Foxes.
Foxes in Jersey City.
Wow. You heard
Yeah.
all the red Foxes.
Yeah. Bobby, Foxes. That was the spot. So they used to put me on stage to announce, sometimes to MC the party. Not only to DJ, pero, Bobby, vete a la tarima que tiene que presentar a Tito Rojas. So I would go on stage and I would mimic what I used to see the other MCs doing, like the OGs, the ones that had that beautiful voice, like Paco Navarro. Paco Navarro was an iconic voice. He even did stuff for Fania, and he was one of our radio jocks when I started. He was one of the pioneers of radio. He was he was the original Alex Sensation because he was Paco Navarro was a legend because he became successful in English radio and Spanish radio, in both. Back in the 80s, he was like super popular in the New York area. If you have no fear, Paco is here.
Yeah.
You understand? So I learned from all those cats, but in the clubs. Polito Vega, Raymond Reynoso, el boy from Bonao, rest in peace. Luis Jimenez, Rudy Rudísimo. I'm telling you, like the ones that were pioneers of MCing, of being a radio host, of having that voice. So I was just watch them and try to mimic that. Y la voz no sé de dónde salió.
Yeah, but even now when you talk and you turn it on, it does turn on.
I turn on and off, right?
Yeah, you turn it on.
Okay, but I can talk like this too. I can use my real voice. This is my voice without testosterone. When the test is low, hold up, let me get it. Púyeme aquí, va, tú sabes que me saca. So that's it, man. And I still to this day, and sometimes when people meet me in person, especially in the supermarkets, like people recognize me, and they're like, talk to me like you talk on the radio. So I have to look like a fool in front of everybody in a supermarket. Jueves Clásico! And they're like, it is you!
Oh, man.
So how do you, now you're DJing in the clubs, a lot of DJs DJ in the club, right? I mean, but they don't transition to radio though. So
right.
Like, how does that transition happen?
So about when I was 17 years old, playing in Foxes, the manager of the Copacabana, Glee, I remember her very
Glee,
well.
yes.
Remember Glee?
Yeah, of course.
Glee came to one of the clubs in Jersey. I think I was playing in Tribeca back then, which was from the same owner as Foxy, Jimmy Gibato, rest in peace. And he had me in Tribeca, and I was playing in Tribeca. And there was a night, and J-Lo was there that night. She came as a guest. Okay. And Glee came. She was there from the Copacabana. She was the manager of the Copacabana. 57th Street on the west side. And she was like, she was like, what's your name? You know, she was very like, very tough. She was a tough cookie. She was like, what's your name? And I'm like, I'm Alex. No, I mean your DJ name. I said, Alex Sensation. And then she looked at me like funny again. She's like, Alex Sensation.
Exactly.
She's like, you play salsa a different way than any other DJs that I've heard. I like the way you play salsa. I want to offer you a job at the Copa, at the after work Fridays. After work Fridays. I want to put you on at 6 p.m. when we open for the after work party. And I was like, for real? Like, yeah. And the pay was $250.
You came up.
$250 from 6 p.m. 6 p.m. till 11 p.m. Right? 11 p.m. they would close down and then open up for the second part of the night, which was midnight till 5 in the morning. And there is where, you know, everything changed for me. The Copacabana, everything changed for me. I got to meet more artists. I got to get more personal with the artists. We started bonding more there. They would see me now with more like stature. Like, this kid he came from Jersey. Now he's playing at the Copacabana. And I was still 17, 18. I turned 18.
That's when the Copa was the Copa.
The Copa. Babo, the line used to be around the block.
I know we were there.
Oh, you was there? You was there.
Yeah,
you was there.
Of course.
We were there.
Of course.
So the line used to be around the block at 6 p.m. People used to go get out of work, and then they used to have like a matinee. A las 6 de la tarde abría la puerta, la gente comía, el buffet, 8 p.m. Gran Combo's playing. Tú me hiciste brujería. Gran Combo gets off. Alex Sensation mezclando.
Yes.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
That was beautiful.
But
So
just salsa.
it was just salsa.
So you weren't mixing anything else?
No, just salsa. And a little merengue. It was always like salsa, little merengue. And then a program director came in, Tony Luna, came in to party one day at the Copa. And they had just opened up a new radio station called Caliente.
I remember.
105.9. They just came out of nowhere and opened up a radio station, and they brought all the talent. The majority of the talent came from Puerto Rico. Tony Luna's there, and he comes to the DJ booth, and he's like, gives me his card. He's like, hey, give me a call during the week. Speaks like that. It's very like James Bond. Tony Luna, I love you, man. He's in Texas now. He gives me his card. He's like, call me on Monday. I'm like, look at his card. Program director, Caliente 105. I'm like, oh shit, it's program director. So I call him on Monday, and he's like, come through the station. I want to offer you a job. I get to the station, and he tells me, listen, you mix amazing. We just opened up the station. We're looking for weekend mixers. I need a mixer from Fridays, Saturday nights to mix from 9 p.m. to 2 in the morning. I was like, damn. That's when I DJ. I DJ at the Copa on Fridays. So he's like, I was like, but I DJ. He's like, listen, I can only pay you $50 a shift. Damn. But if you do well, this could be a career for you. You can make a career in radio. I didn't think twice about it. I took the job. So I got to, I couldn't DJ Fridays anymore at the Copa. I had to
take that pay cut.
I had to take the pay cut. I spoke to Glee, and Glee turned me over to Tuesdays after work.
Oh, nice. Glee,
right,
okay.
Right.
She looked out.
So she looked out, and then I did Friday and Saturdays on the radio. And that's where I started mixing. And I started mixing salsa, merengue, bachata, right? And I started doing like different sorts of mixes that you wouldn't hear in Latin radio yet. And then we started doing, a little Latin house. Reggaeton wasn't there yet.
But for people that like don't understand like the process of the mixing, like what do you think at that time made your mixing different? Because everybody was responding to the way you mixed the record. So what were you doing that nobody was doing?
I was just mixing a lot of like stuff that you wouldn't hear on the radio, but that I knew was hot in the clubs.
Okay.
Because I've always been like, I came up in the clubs. So I would hear stuff on the radio. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That's dope. But why didn't they never play this style of salsa or this artist or this stuff? Or they would play it, but just one day out of the week. You know what I mean? It's like, it wasn't like, and I used to just go deep into that hardcore, and maybe it was the energy too, because I've always had that good energy. Like I make sure that when you've seen it when we did your birthday party.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just try to make people come alive with the music as well.
No, but I also think that a great DJ is like a great A&R. Like he knows what a hit record is.
Right.
So at that time you were picking hits.
I was just making people dance. It got to the point where Glee would come to me in the DJ booth. She's like, we have to turn out the AC higher because of you. Because people are dancing so much that there's so much heat, so much sweat.
Yes.
So they had to turn up the AC. And she was like, take it easy. Like play something a little bit more mellow so they can sit down and drink a little bit, Let them consume.
And that's a true story. And I was there at those nights when it was just the walls were wet, right?
Walls were wet.
It was just like, and I before I met you, I was a fan. I'm like, this guy, man, like you just, and I'm glad you said that, because I feel like in this new generation we lost a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now the DJ, right? Back in the days, that's what made you hot, because you picked the records that people might have not heard in the radio, because the radio was mainstream or whatever, but you played the records that really made everybody move. And nowadays, especially in radio, they tell you where you can play.
Right.
So it's like that Alex Sensation voice in music, it's hard to find it, on radio these days. So
that was a blessing for me. That was a blessing for me, because since the beginning, the radio programmers have always let me explore and be myself.
Yes.
They never told me like, you have to play this or you have to play this list. They never did that to me.
Okay, that's great. Well,
Thank God.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they do that.
Yeah, they do that. So, but I've always had a great relationship. Like Tony Luna, I was there with them for 2 years in that radio station. 2 years into working at that station on the weekends only. The station, the company that I'm currently with, that I've been with for the last 26 years, SBS, Spanish Broadcasting System, Raúl Alarcón Jr., Raúl Alarcón Sr., his father, founding that company, and Jesus Salas. They offered me a job as a full-time mixer. They're a full-time mixer, giving me the 12 noon, 1 hour mix, and on the weekends to mix on the weekends. So I go back to Tony and I tell him, hey, Tony, they offered me a job at La Mega, man. And I thought he was going to tell me, he's like, hey, you know what? Tell him no. Tony Luna says, take the job. Are you crazy? That's the #1 station in New York, or in the planet, Latin radio station in the planet. Wow. Take the job, and if it doesn't go well, come back, and your doors are open here with me.
That's beautiful.
That was beautiful of him, I respect that.
Thanks.
Yeah. So I went to SBS, I went to Mega in March of 2000. And
How old are you then?
I was 20.
Wow.
20 years old, 20. And
since 14, already a veteran. At 20,
I was already a veteran at 20. So that's why a lot of people that listen to me now, they're like, I've been listening to you for so long, but they don't understand that I started like super young in radio. I was a minor when I was in the clubs. But don't do that, kids. Stay in school.
But let's talk about that too, though. You were young though, so you were taking these jobs young.
Yeah.
What were your parents like at that time in terms of what were they
Man,
saying?
wow. See, that's where it gets interesting. See, I'm very spiritual, so I believe God has a purpose for everyone.
Yes.
And He gives you and He opens doors for you. So when I was in high school, I was already in school, you want to be with the bad crowd, with the tough kids, and I was already going down the wrong path. I was already, hanging out with some gangs and stuff like that. And my mom was in Jersey. My mom was super worried. I was getting home late. I was being, como se dice, I was being just little disrespectful. Estaba como like a tough kid, like I wanted to prove myself.
And you're Colombian house.
I'm Colombian. And the Lord opened the door. God opened the door. My brother, DJ, me bugging him to take me to the club. That was a door that was open. You know what I mean? So that's the way I see things. Every door, everything that I have told you until now, you see that it was a door that was open from every opportunity. So opportunities are just doors that God opens for you. Don't be afraid to take them. A lot of people are afraid to take that opportunity. I'm not afraid. Whenever something comes up, Jesse calls me, Alex, I got this. What do I tell you?
Yes, let's
do it.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a door that's being opened. And that's what a lot of people don't understand.
No, that's beautiful. And working with your brother, how was that? Like,
still to this day, guess what his name is now?
What is it?
Johnny Sensation.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
So the club manager, after he stayed doing the club thing. My brother is a beautiful person, and I love him to death. He knows I got his back for life, and he stayed DJing. He never wanted to get on the club. Out of the clubs. I've always told him, hey, you want to come to the radio? And he's like, I don't speak. I don't have that talent. And I'm like, I'll help you develop it. He's like, no, it's okay. So he never wanted. Okay. So I'm like, okay, I tried though. I did try to bring him on. So he stayed in the clubs. And the manager's like, hey, your brother's famous now. He's on the radio. You're no longer Johnny Rhythms. You're Johnny Sensation. So my brother was fighting with him just like I was fighting with him when he put Alex Sensation. He was like, I'm not going to DJ for you if you change my name. I've been Johnny Rhythms for the last 10 years. If you change my name, and so he comes, there's Johnny Sensation. But now, and he even changed his Instagram. Now he's Johnny Sensation. Yes. So look him up. Follow my brother, Johnny Sensation.
Yes.
So he's retired though. He's retired.
Okay.
He's retired of music. He's not DJing anymore. But he's with me. I got him with me. Doing other things, other projects. You know what I mean? So family, Bobby, family.
See, we work with family.
Familia's familia.
Yeah, me and my brother fight a lot, but it's all love.
Yeah, man. It's all about family. At the end of the day, when everything's done, when we're done, with this beautiful life, the last thing that you have is your family, your loved ones. That's it.
It's true.
Yeah, man. Wow, what a great story, man.
A lot of things people don't know, Bobby. A lot of things people don't know. And when you said about Colombia, my parents immigrated from Colombia.
Okay. What part of Colombia?
They're from El Eje Cafetero. So my mom's from Pereira and my dad is from Armenia. And I was born in Bogota. I was the only one born in Bogota out of the 6 children. And I was the last of 6. So I was the error. Yeah, I was the one that was like, my mom was like, shit, another one. No pun, Khaled. And so, and I was the only one that was born in the hospital. All my other siblings, they were born at home, home birth. Back in those days, it was just like, Se vino el baby, trae la coca, prepare, whatever. But I was stuck. I got stuck in my mom's, something like in the rib cage. I was stuck. So it was a 20-hour labor, 20 hour. My mom told me, you were the worst, the biggest headache. And I came out with this huge head. And I tell you why. This is my hard drive. I tell people it's not a huge head. This is a hard drive. This is how I know so much music, because I store a lot of information in here. They took me out back in the days. They used to take you out if you were stuck. They used to put this these pinzas. They look like this big. I don't know what you call them. This big. You never saw them?
Yeah,
They're like metal. Like metal
yeah.
clamps. And the doctor clamped my head, and literally just took me out from like that and held me in the air from the clamp, right? And I got the baby picture to prove it. I'm gonna send it to you. I got a big bruise right here in my head, and I told my mom. I said, "Mom, you should sue that doctor. That's why I'm so big headed." He took me out with those damn clamps. He messed me up.
She's like, you can't sue a doctor in Colombia.
But that was it. So I was born in Bogota, and then they came to the U.S. fleeing the narco state. You know, we lived close to El Palacio de Justicia. So when that whole Pablo thing went down, that he attacked El Palacio de Justicia in '85, we were there. And you know, we got to hear some of the noise, the bullets. They had tanks. It was like a war zone. And they were having, you know, carro bombas, you know, cars exploding close to shopping malls. It was crazy. So my mom, when that happened, she was like, "That's it. We're leaving the country." They sold their house. They sold their business. They had a produce business. My dad had a produce business, and she was able to get us visas.
How old were you at the time?
I was 5.
Wow.
She was able to get us all visas, and we all came to the U.S. with, you know, starting from zero, basically. We had a sister, my older sister, which was already living here for the past 2 years. So she had already, like, you know, had like some, you know, when we got here, she like received us. I remember we got here in December 2023, December 23, 1986. And when we got to JFK, it was cold as shit. It was cold. And I'm like, hold up. But then it started snowing for the first time on my ride from JFK to New Jersey. It started snowing.
And you were like, beautiful.
And I was like, so beautiful. In 3 months, you know, I started school. I was first grader. They started me, first grade when I went to school, and I learned English in 3 months.
Okay.
In 3 months, I was like, I'm pretty sure my English was horrible, but I was always that outgoing kid. Like, I didn't care. It was like, I don't care what people think of me. So if I was saying it wrong, I was like, man, what's up, man? I don't care. I just talk to you, you know? And that's how my English was. But it was in 3 months, my mom was like, man, that's crazy. You're bringing like little friends home, and they're all speaking in English, and you're talking to them. That was pretty cool.
So you started English at 5 years old, but you were already speaking Spanish. That's why I couldn't tell when I first met you. I couldn't tell what your first language was because they're both perfect.
Y lo difícil es porque si uno llega jovencito a este país, la mayoría de los muchachos, de los jóvenes, pierden su español o pierden el acento, and they become part of the Yo No Sabo crew.
Yeah.
I would have been part of the Yo No Sabo, but my father never spoke English, so luckily he only spoke just in Spanish.
My son the other day, I was like, Papi, I'm talking to him in Spanish. I try to get them to learn Spanish as much as I can. Papi, ¿cómo te fue en la escuela y qué pasó con esto? Yo no sabo. I'm like, what? Yo no what? Say that again. Say it again.
Your dad
Say it again.
Your dad can't be Alex Sensation and you don't know how to speak
Say it
Spanish. Oh, come on.
He's like, oh, yo no sé, yo no sé, yo no sé.
How old is he?
You better. He's 17.
17.
Oh, yeah, he's
Yeah,
grown. He's
yeah,
grown.
Oh wow,
Yeah, so
17.
I started young. I started young with I always, you know, this is the funny thing. I always wanted a family. You know, I got together with my wife. We became boyfriend and girlfriend at 15.
Wow.
And it was love at first sight. People do not believe me when I say that. And it was love at first sight. She saw me, I saw her, we locked eyes, and I said, that's my wife. That same night, it was in a family
And she
party.
said that is Alex Sensation.
No,
It was a sensation yet.
I was
14. No.
I was
He was
just
not
I was
Fox's
just beginning the DJ. I was just beginning. I didn't even have a DJ name yet.
Okay.
But I was like, you know, that's my wife. And that night we told, look, it was in a house party, and we danced. You know, we danced. We talked, and I told her, I said, I love you. And she says, I love you back.
The first night?
The first night. It was love. I'm telling you, it was love at first sight. And we were boyfriends, novios, y mi mamá was against it. She's like, tú estás muy niño para tener una relación en serio. Tú todavía tienes que hacer tu vida. And I'm like, no, mami. Esa va a ser mi esposa. And she would look at me like I was like a little crazy kid. And sure enough, I bugged her so much that she had to rent. We used to have a house with 3 apartments, and my mom used to live in the 2nd floor. And I bugged my mom for months to rent the 3rd floor to her father so I could have her close to me.
Wow.
And yeah. And I bugged my mom until she rented the apartment to El Suegro, which is in Colombia. El Suegro, I love you, Suegro. and that's how we.
So she's Colombian as well.
She was born in the U.S., but her parents are from Colombia. Her parents are from Cali y Palmira. They're from the Cali side, and ella fue la que me dio los papeles. No, just kidding. Pero it was nice. It was nice. Y ella, tú sabes, we've had a beautiful relationship. 30 plus years.
Wow.
Yeah. 3 children.
That's
Beautiful. It's beautiful. And imagínate, todavía la veo and it's the same feeling. So it's beautiful.
No, but that's amazing, especially having the career that you've had. And
Yeah.
how do you balance that? The family.
She was very supportive of what I did because it's not easy dating or being with DJ.
Oh.
And women know this.
Especially DJ Alex.
or with an artist. Or with an artist. DJs, artists, actors. The people in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, it's tough.
We all know what's up. So
then let's talk about the Alex sensation I remember.
uh-huh.
Right? I remember this one too. But I'm saying Alex did like you were in 3 clubs the same night.
Yeah.
7 days a week. Like, so talk about how you were balancing that. Because
three was light. 3 was
yeah,
light.
but I was like,
3 one night.
was
like,
light.
So
you were like the hardest working DJ in history.
For a good, I would say 20 years, I was doing just between 7 to 10 clubs a week in New York, in the tri-state.
Yeah.
Jersey, New York, Connecticut. So we would do between 7 to 10 gigs a week. So I didn't have to leave New York for anything. I was good. I was, when they used to offer me, I was scared of flying. So I would not take any gigs anywhere, not even here in Florida. They would offer me crazy money to go to other, like money that, I'm not saying crazy, like in that time, like $20,000. Let's say
It's crazy now.
come DJ for $20,000 in Florida.
From $50 to $20,000, my
Right,
bro.
you did okay. You did all right.
But I would say no. But I would say no because I was scared of flying.
Wow.
I was scared of getting on a plane. So I would just be happy because I was making good money doing 7-10 shows a week. And, en una noche we start the first hour Jersey, right? 12 midnight sharp Jersey. Then we would do the second hour Bronx, 1:30 in the morning. And then the last club, Queens, let's say, 3 a.m. till they closed. Yeah. Or Long Island, por ahí, tú sabes. And that was week by week. And then we started bringing in the artists. This is when the whole urban music came into New York. So I started doing clubs with all these artists, with Yankee, with Don Omar, with Wisin y Yandel, with Tego. We used to do Aventura. I used to take the door at the clubs because the clubs didn't. They were like, no, I'm not paying money for that. I don't know who they are. So I'd be like, give me the door. I would take the door and I would do the party myself. And when they see that I was blowing the doors, they were like, oh, hold up. Wait a minute. Who's those guys? Aventura, who's those guys? Yeah, so it's a lot.
Let's talk about that because DJs at that time especially broke records and broke artists. So like, who do you feel like, maybe it's responsible is not the word, but what records did you feel you broke at that time when people weren't listening to these guys?
Well, I can tell you, and you can, if you ever get a chance to talk to any of them, you can ask them. You can ask them. So let's dive into urban music, right? So I was there for tropical music. My gift opened up with tropical music, especially salsa. And then I knew everything else, merengue, bachata, Colombian music, vallenato, cumbia. I knew rock en español. I knew Latin house. Back then was popping, freestyle, disco. I knew all that stuff. But reggae, of course, Jamaican reggae. So when I heard reggaeton for the first time, it was 98. And it wasn't called reggaeton. It was called reggae in Spanish, reggae en español. And I heard it was the Don Chesina track, that tra, 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 tírala, tra, tírala. And I was like, what is that? And my friend was like, oh, that's playing everywhere in DR. Remember, there's no social media back then.
Yeah.
There was no way to know what was hot in anywhere. So my boy tells me, he goes, yo, this is playing everywhere. I go uptown, I go to all the little, hangout spots, and sure enough, tra, 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 tírala, tra, tra, tra. Like, so what I saw was I can connect to the youth that was going to other radio stations to listen to hip hop or reggae or dancehall. So if I can make this cool and play it on my show, how can I do that? First time I dropped one of those records, we used to have this red phone in the DJ booth. That's where the owner of the station would call, or the program director if there was a problem. It was called the red line. Oof. And it had a flash. It had a flash because if you have headphones on, you would see the flash, right? So I'm like, oye, esto está pegado en la calle. El tra, Don Chesina. Tírala, tra, tírala, tra, 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 tra. Pling, 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 pling. Tra, tra, tra. I'm like, oh, shh. Hello? The program director. Alex, what are you playing? It's the hottest song. And it's the hottest song in the street right now. He's like, that sounds like caca. Take it off right now. Put a salsa. And I'm like, okay, sir. But they've never spoken to me like that before. And I was like, oh, shit. I hung up. I'm like, rewind. Boom. Salsa. And I was like, man, there's something here. There's something here. So then more records started coming out. Hagamos el amor con la ropa. And I'm like, man, there's something here. Mind you, El General and all that, they've been doing that for a minute, but they weren't getting love on the radio. They would play every once in a while, but you would hear them in the clubs. Like I would hear a lot of them in the clubs. So I'm like, you know what? Let me play it in the clubs. Sure enough, I go to the Copacabana, spin one of those records, boom. The whole crowd sits down. Oh. Empty dance floor.
Really?
I'm like, oh, snap. It was old salseros. And I just threw in like a curveball. And they all sit down and they're like looking at the DJ booth like this. Imagine like 1,000 people just looking at you like this, like. And I'm like, fuck. Rewind. Boom. Salsa. Go back and dance in salsa. I'm like, hey, this is going to take a minute. It took me about a year playing small 5-minute, 7-minute mixes of this type of music and start breaking it in, right? The first time that I knew that this was going to happen, that we were going to have Latin urban music, because I saw it. I saw it from the beginning, but I just couldn't see it clearly. The first time I saw it clearly was when Daddy Yankee came from Puerto Rico, sat with me in the DJ booth on a Saturday night when I was mixing. He wasn't known yet. It was just Daddy Yankee from Playero, from Puerto Rico, right? The Latin reggae. Ellos no se llamaban reggaetoneros todavía, ni decían reggaetón. And I was like, yo, bienvenido, because I always show love. So I'm like, bienvenido, Daddy Yankee, lo tenemos aquí, vino de Puerto Rico. Me dice que es uno de los raperos, ellos se llamaban raperos, los raperos más fuertes de la isla. Y entonces me dijo, ponme una pista, Ale, ponme una pista ahí de reggae, de dancehall. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I busted out and I put a dancehall beat. Y el tipo comienza, and I'm like, what the? And all the lines lit up. The phone lines lit up. And I'm like, what's going on? And he's just going crazy. Yo nunca me quedo atrás. Nunca me quedo. I'm like, what the? So I'm like, what is this? I was overwhelmed. So I started taking the phones with him on the air, and people are like, oh my God, yo lo conozco de Puerto Rico, de los caseríos, de los barrios, boom, boom. I'm like, and that's when I saw it clearly. That was the moment, that night, I saw it. I was like, we have something. And I just took it and I pushed it. I just helped it. I'm not responsible, but I helped it.
And that was at La Mega?
That was at La Mega. I helped it. I came along, boom, 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 boom.
But after that, the red phone didn't go off.
The red phone, it was, remember, it was Saturday night, so I was exploring. So I told my superiors, I said, listen, I am exploring with this. There's something here. And we did a party, a big party, and it was Yankee, it was Don Chesina, I forgot who else was there, and it was at Exit.
Okay. Yeah.
And I remember that blew the doors. There was over 5,000 people there. Yep. And that night, all the promoters, all the club owners, all the radio station program directors finally opened up their eyes and said, oh, what's that? ¿Qué es eso? How they did 5,000 people in a club and people still se quedaron afuera como 1,000 o 2,000 personas, ¿me entiendes? And that was the night. So Yankee was my first, interview with a Latin urban. De ahí comenzamos una amistad bien bonita, que yo tengo una foto ahí que subí cuando él vino, and it was like fans would wait for him outside. He would only come to my show to do like interviews. Y cuando hizo el álbum de La Gasolina, él me dijo para escoger el sencillo. So él tenía 2 canciones, Lo que pasó, pasó y La Gasolina. Y me dijo, Alex, ¿cuál tú crees de los 2 primero? Y yo lo escuché los 2 y le dije, Lo que pasó, pasó, because I'm a romantic guy. And he was like, vamos con La Gasolina.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Both are smash records, though.
Yeah.
It's like Lo que pasó, pasó is not Gasolina, but it's a classic.
It's another. That was the follow-up record.
You were still right about that.
That was the follow-up. And then when I heard Tego for the first time, que me trajeron el álbum de Tego, I was like, I was just blown away with his lyrics, with his look, with his, he had that Jamaican, that Afro-Caribbean look, and when they played Pa' que retosen. When I heard that first guitar, ding, I was like, oh, yeah. And then
Elias is a good friend of ours. So
Elias, I love Elias. Es un hermano mío de por vida, él lo sabe. It's my brother for life. Ese es el OG, un OG.
Yes. He tells us the stories about.
Oh my goodness. Después Héctor y Tito. Héctor y Tito were already popping. Héctor y Tito were popping before all these guys. They were already like popping like.
But I think all of us understand how that movement was starting to happen. Not this like clear information you're giving, but there's some people that see reggaeton right now and Bad Bunny's at the Super Bowl that don't understand that the time you're talking about, no one was playing it.
Nadie.
You know what I mean? So who else was playing it besides you?
Nadie. Ninguna emisora lo tocaba. Apenas estaba comenzando. Yo saqué del programa mío, y recuerda que el programa mío solamente era 1 hora, 12 noon, right? Era 1 hora, un lunch mix, y los viernes y los sábados de noche. So I would take 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and play this stuff. Do like little mixes.
Okay.
Just to get people, familiarized. And then on Saturdays, los sábados, jugaba un poquito más con el tiempo. Hacía 20 minutos, 30 minutos. Y así fue creciendo. Después comenzamos a hacer discotecas, comenzamos a hacer clubs, and it started growing. Comenzamos a crecer. Y me volví amigo de todos. Todos nos volvimos hermanos. Todos. Tego, Don, el compadre. Héctor también fue compadre mío. Que ellos llegaban a Nueva York y yo los recogía. Yo los llevaba a las discotecas, iba con ellos para arriba y para abajo, hacía fiesta con ellos, etcétera, etcétera, etcétera.
But see, those are the stories people don't hear. Like you're picking up these guys at the airport.
Sí.
And at that moment, all these people that are superstars now were riding around in your car, going club to club.
Y abriendo puertas. Porque lo que estábamos haciendo era abriendo puertas. Y seguimos, hasta el día de hoy seguimos abriendo puertas. Porque como te dije anteriormente, el de arriba te abre las puertas. Yes, ¿qué es lo que nosotros estamos haciendo? Abriendo puertas. ¿Qué estamos haciendo el día de hoy? Abriendo puertas. Seguimos abriendo puertas. Lo que hizo el Conejo ahora con el Super Bowl fue abrir una puerta grandísima para todos. Es increíble. De esa manera yo lo veo.
You know what I want to know? This might be a person. You don't have to answer it, but I want to know.
Sí.
I want to know. Your relationship with Aventura. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I directed 3 videos for them. Jesse directed I don't know how many videos for them, and every time I try to get tickets, there was a one seat that I could never get. And they were like, that's Alex Sensation seat.
Esa es mi silla. Aventura me trae el CD, un amigo mío, me trae el CD de Obsesión. La canción de Obsesión. En un CD, no estaba masterizada. 2001. Y entonces, yo escucho la canción y digo, eso suena feísimo. Sí, porque no estaba masterizada. It wasn't mastered. It sounded like really bad. The quality, I have a pretty good ear.
I think you do, yeah.
Decent ear.
So.
Pero entonces yo le digo, ay, eso suena feo. Me dice, no, es que no está masterizado, no está mezclado. And I'm like, pero esta canción tiene algo, Alex. Los DJs la han tocado en las discotecas y las mujeres cantan mucho la parte de la mujer. Entonces yo escucho la canción, no es amor lo que tú... Ok, and I'm like, ok, ahí hay algo. Pero digo, pero es que eso no suena como bachata tradicional. Ya cuando nosotros estábamos tocando bachata y la bachata tradicional, lo que era Raulín Rodríguez, que estaba pegadísimo con Medicina de Amor, lo que era Anthony Santos, que era la guitarra y todo, ellos venían con un concepto diferente, metiéndole Spanglish, metiéndole otras clases de guitarras. Entonces yo le dije, yo no sé si los bachateros les va a gustar eso. Y me dice, por favor, just try it. Tócala para mí una vez. Entonces yo salgo del programa y digo, mira, tengo un grupo nuevo de bachata, que están haciendo un concepto nuevo de bachata, a new concept of bachata.
Wow.
Se llaman Aventura, son de aquí de Nueva York, pero originalmente de familia dominicana y puertorriqueña. Si les gusta la canción, me llaman y me dejan saber. I hit play. Hello. Shh, solo escucha. Son las 5. And I'm like, okay, boom. All the lines light up. Just like the Daddy Yankee. Same thing, all the lines. Boom.
This was on La Mega too.
On La Mega.
Wow.
Hello. I go to school with those guys. Oh my God, I know those cats. Boom, boom, boom. Every single call. I love that song. I heard it in the club. Every single call. The next day, I'm coming out of the radio station, and they're all waiting for me downstairs with the manager. Lenny, Henry, Mikey, Anthony, Romeo, and the manager.
Johnny Marines?
No, Johnny wasn't the manager back
Franklin.
then. No era Franklin tampoco. Franklin era el de la disquera.
Yeah,
pero el que andaba con ellos era otro muchacho. I forgot his name. I got in the tip of my tongue, pero bueno. Él andaba con ellos. Era como el road, el que los andaba para arriba y para abajo, el que se movía con ellos. Y él me los trajo. And they were so grateful. They were like, thank you for playing our record. Thank you for giving us, the opportunity. Y ahí nació la amistad de Aventura y este servidor. Entonces yo comienzo a tocarlo todos los días. Comienzo a sonar la canción. No estaba programada. La canción no entró a programación, nada, nadie. Ninguna emisora, nadie los tocaba. Bueno, cojo yo y digo, bueno, vamos a hacer una fiesta. Vamos a hacer un party. A ver, hicimos el primer party con ellos. Me parece que fue en Patterson, New Jersey.
Good place.
En un lugar, sí, my hometown, one of my hometowns, P-Town. Y entraron como 500 personas, para que tú veas. Entraron como 500 personas y se escuchaba feísimo. O sea, la banda no estaba, tú sabes, estaban comenzando. So, it was a lot of feedback. No se escuchaba casi la voz de Anthony. Se escuchaba raro. But they were just like, but I saw it. I was like, they have something. El talento está ahí. So then we started getting better sound technicians. We started doing this and that. And we went from doing 500 club, to doing 2,000 at a club. So yo hice una gira de club con Aventura que tú no te imaginas. Yo hice como 2 años de gira con Aventura.
Wow.
Discoteca. Una fue en Long Island, que en Long Island, eso fue during a blizzard. Llena la discoteca en Long Island. Y había un blizzard cayendo. Y yo camino a mi casa contento porque me había hecho, tú sabes, traía la funda así. Iba en una Homer, the H2, remember when the H2 came out?
Yeah.
Parecía un school bus, era amarilla. Y yo venía, yo dije, this is a Hummer, man. Esto es hecho para la nieve. And I start playing around in the snow. Boom. Desbaraté la Homer.
No.
Lo que me gané esa noche en el concierto del hecho, tuve que metérselo a la Homer esa. Ahí quedé. That was a true story.
Wow.
True story. So Aventura, we had a beautiful friendship. We have a beautiful
I
friendship.
still can't get tickets.
Todavía. Sí, todavía. Y el primer concierto, ya cuando ellos comenzaron a crecer, yo ya, los programadores de la estación dijeron, Alex, vamos a apoyar ese grupo. Ese grupo, la gente lo está pidiendo mucho, and they started getting into programming. And little by little, they started playing in other radio stations. Y de ahí crecieron.
Wow.
Y el primer concierto de ellos fue en el United Palace.
Okay, nice.
El primer concierto fue en el United Palace, que lo hizo un amigo mío que se llama César Camacho. Él fue el primero que... César Camacho. Sí. I remember everything. I remember every detail. That's one thing about me.
It's the hard drive, baby.
The hard drive. I can tell you names. I can tell you everything.
Listen, you can remember every song
Everything.
ever created. Of course,
Everything.
of course you can.
Pero César Camacho hace el United Palace. He takes a risk. Not that big of a risk because it wasn't that expensive to rent the United Palace back then. I mean, like, compared to the Garden, you know? So he was like, estoy invirtiendo $50,000 en el United Palace. Hay que llenar eso, hay que llenarlo. Me decía César a mí, I'm responsible. I'm like, compra los comerciales en la radio, yo lo anuncio y vamos a ver si vende. Desde que anunciamos el concierto, creo que se vendió en 1 o 2 días. Se vendió todo el concierto. Ese tipo
What's
estaba
the United Palace? How many people?
United Palace holds a little bit over 3,000, I think.
Okay.
Sí, a little over 3,000. So, entonces, después de eso, Anthony, tú sabes que Anthony es el cerebro. Anthony's like, no, yo, I want to do the Garden. I want to do the Garden. Pues ya el Garden.
United Palace that he wanted to jump
Sí,
to the
porque
Garden?
ya coronaron ahí y él dijo, nah, I want the Garden. I was like, damn, that was a big jump. So then they went to the Garden. I think Felix Cabrera was the one that put up the money for that first show at the Garden, which was expensive. It was like, for that back in those days to rent the Garden was about $250 just to rent the Garden. Now it's double. Pero
I went to that concert. I was like 6 seats away from you.
Pero eso fue histórico, fue histórico. Fue histórico, Bobby, fue histórico. Y hasta el día de hoy tenemos una relación hermosa. Yo los quiero mucho, los respeto mucho. Cada aventura que están haciendo cada uno de ellos. Anthony como solista, ahora lo que está haciendo con Royce. Henry, todos los proyectos de Henry, los proyectos de Max, Mikey, siempre le digo Mikey, y por supuesto Lenny. Tú sabes que ellos son todas unas máquinas, todos hacen sus cosas y me encantan cuando ellos se reúnen y hacen otra vez esas giras, porque me trae a esos tiempos y aunque estamos hablando aquí como que fue ayer, estamos hablando de más de 25 años.
It's incredible. A lot of people don't know that journey for a lot of those artists.
Sí.
But it's beautiful because you're part of a lot of those those stars' success.
No,
especially New York was a jumping off point, and you were running New York in that sense.
Yo solamente soy I'm a door opener. Like I said, I was given the opportunity, so I give the opportunity. You know what I mean? What you do with that opportunity is up to you. So these kids had it. A lot of these guys, the urban genre, they had it. And I opened that door and they went through it, and I was just there to give them that little push. You know what I mean? So ahora, por ejemplo, the new generation of artists, like, for example, J Balvin. J Balvin's story is beautiful. The J Balvin story is beautiful, and he can tell you the story himself. J Balvin flew from Medellin. This was before he was J Balvin, before he was an artist at all. He flew from Medellin and waited for me outside the radio station in New York with a CD. And I'm coming out of my shift, trying to get home to Jersey. It's going to take me like 2 hours, the traffic, the whole thing. And this little kid's just waiting for me there with a CD. And I'm like, sí, ¿en qué le puedo ayudar? Mi nombre es José. Mi nombre artístico es J Balvin. Vengo desde Medellín a traerle mi música para que lo escuche. Y yo lo miré, yo dije, el dianche, mano. Yo me quiero ir para mi casa a comer. Tengo hambre, tengo 2 horas para llegar a New Jersey. Y yo lo miré, yo dije, no le puedo hacer eso. El muchacho vino desde Medellín. Vamos para adentro. Lo entré a la emisora. Nos Nos metimos a un estudio a escuchar el CD. Pongo el CD, escucho. Malísimo. Malo. Malo.
Otra vez.
Malo. Le digo yo, hermano, mira, yo te voy a ser sincero. Él le falta mucho, pero si tú quieres ser el primer artista de reggaetón de Colombia, tienes que hacer dos cosas. Primero, la canción que grabes, escucha los grandes del reggaetón. Tiene que sonar igual o mejor que ellos. Segundo, tienes que hacer tu nombre primero en Colombia. No puedes brincar de Colombia aquí. Primero Colombia. Tú quieres hacer el primer artista de reggaetón de Colombia, ¿verdad? Igual como lo hizo los de Puerto Rico, como hicieron los de Puerto Rico, ellos fueron artistas primero en su país, en su tierra, y de ahí salieron a otros lugares. So, le estoy dando el ejemplo de ellos para que él lo siga. Pienso yo que no lo voy a volver a ver. O sea, I'm never going to see this kid again. A year later, boom, waiting for me outside. Another CD. I'm like, oh, pero este muchacho tiene algo. Mira, hice un CD nuevo, me hice un videíto, I'm like, vamos para adentro. Escucho el CD y tenía una canción mejorcita. Y el video mejorcito. Yo digo, mira eso. Very good. Va muy bien, mucho mejor. Sigue dándole, invierte un poquito más en tu look, en tu branding y coge más fanáticos. Get more fans in Colombia. Boom, leaves. Dije, ya no lo vuelvo a ver. Este es el segundo año. This is the second year.
Wow.
Third year. Waiting for me outside.
No way. No
I'm like,
way.
this kid has something.
No way.
Comes inside the radio station. J Balvin. Wow. Comes inside the radio station. I bring him in the studio. I hear the song. Y me pone Sin Compromiso. Sin compromiso. Solo dale hasta el piso. He's like, he shows me a video. He's like, mira, ya tengo fanáticos. Ya estoy haciendo concierticos en discotecas. Ya me están poniendo en 1 o 2 emisoras en Colombia. And I'm like, very good. Muy bien. Y ahí fue donde yo lo vi. Yo dije, él tiene algo. Tiene las ganas. Este es el tercer año. Ok, vamos. Me dice Alex, ningún artista de Puerto Rico quiere grabar conmigo.
Wow.
No me copian. Quiero que alguien se monte en el remix de Sin Compromiso. Sin Compromiso. Blah, 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 blah. So I hit up our good friend, ¿cómo es que se llama? Chosen Few.
Oh.
Boy Wonder. Y se lo mandé a Boy Wonder. Le dije, Boy Wonder, ayúdame a ese muchacho, que ese muchacho es mío. Ayúdamelo. Él está conmigo.
Wow.
And you know, we have like the street lang, the street talk. So when you tell me hook somebody up or help somebody out, you help them out. So I sent him to Boy Wonder, and Boy Wonder le consiguió a Joel y Randy.
Oh, wow.
Y ahí fue que salió el remix con el primer artista de Puerto Rico. Por eso hasta el día de hoy, J Balvin es tan agradecido con Joel y Randy.
Yes.
Y él con ellos no tiene... Si ellos le piden que graben 20 canciones, él graba 20 canciones con ellos. Si ellos le dicen ven para un concierto, él no dice que no con ellos, porque ellos fueron los primeros que le dijeron que sí a él. Y después de eso, al año que viene, al siguiente año, el cuarto año, me trae Yo Te Lo Dije. Yo te lo dije, no te iba a enamorar. Te lo advertí. Y yo lo miré y le dije, este es el tema. This is the song. Grábale un video bien cabrón, grábale. Métele plata, inviértele ese video. Hazle un video. He goes to Las Vegas. Did you do that video?
No, I didn't do that.
I wanted to know. Él fue a Las Vegas y grabó el video en Las Vegas. Un Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Hizo... Yo te lo dije, no te iba a enamorar. Vino un amigo mío, un AR de Universal Music, y me dice, Alex, what do you think about this J Balvin kid? Y yo le dije, you know what? I told him the story about him going to Colombia. 1 año, 2 años. Yo le dije, ese muchacho tiene algo. Y él tiene unas ganas de salir adelante, que va a salir adelante sí o sí. Entonces él me dice, ¿vale la pena firmarlo? Le digo yo, con los ojos cerrados. Fírmalo. Y de ahí nació J Balvin.
Shout out to J Balvin. For determination. That's determination. And shout out to Alex Sensation for opening that door. That's beautiful.
Pero no fue fácil. No fue fácil y él lo sabe. Y después de eso, él me dijo, ponme los conciertos tuyos de cumpleaños. I was doing my birthday bashes already at the Garden. And he was like, put me on. And I'm like, I could put you as an opener. He's like, yeah, ponme a abrir. He was the first opener that I had at the Garden when I was doing my birthday bashes at the Garden, Mega Mezcla, which I do them still to this day. I do them, and he did it 3 years in a row.
Wow.
3 years in a row, he would come and open up for me. He was like, el primer año, he had a good response. People were like, they were like vibing porque él tenía una muela buenísima. Él se ganaba a la gente cuando le hablaba. Muy bonito, le hablaba muy bonito a la gente, a las mujeres. And they were like, ay, ese colombianito está bonito, ese colombianito. Right? Tiene cara de baby. Eso. El segundo año, when he came on stage, I remember that people stood up. Segundo año, people stood up. Y el tercer año fue que sacó, me parece que fue que sacó Jinza. And he was already popping.
Yeah.
He was boom, boom, boom. He was blasting. So, el tercer año, he was like, he felt it. He felt that love. Yo lo vi en tarima y lo miré y él me miró. Tuvimos un momento de contacto. And he felt like I understood what he was telling me with his eyes. Like, I did it. Cumplí mi sueño. This is what I wanted to do. And I was happy. That was it.
But that, did that lead you to the music? Though, like, why didn't you start your own record label? Because you had access to all these guys. Like, you could have been signing them yourself.
Yeah, I was never, because I always did it out of love. I didn't do it for like the business side. Like a lot of people were like, they must think, mucha gente piensa que yo como que tengo un porcentaje de todos los artistas. O
that's what I used to say.
Oh,
I see how your lifestyle.
Ese tiene que
I see the cars, the houses, the planes. I'm like, okay, you got a piece of everybody.
No, yo soy fanático de la música en general y del crecimiento de la cultura y de lo que nosotros hacemos. So, entonces, cuando tú haces las cosas con algo, con queriendo algo a cambio, entonces pierde el verdadero valor. Ya si el artista, el día que llegue a tener ese éxito y se acuerda de ti y te dice, now it's my time to help you. That's nice. You know what I mean? Pero yo del principio decirle a un artista, mira, vamos a hacer este negocio. Si tú quieres estar conmigo, dame 20%. Si yo hago eso, estoy dañando todo desde un principio. Estoy dañando la magia. Por eso es que yo nunca he hecho eso con ningún artista. Con ningún artista. Entonces, Pitbull, que estamos aquí. Shout out
That's
to
what
Bali.
I say. Shout
Shout out to Bali. Shout out to Bali. 305.
Big Cypress Distillery.
So,
Yeah.
Pitbull, una de las veces que vengo aquí a Miami, se sienta conmigo. Me acuerdo que está en una barra así, en un lugar que a él le gusta ir, una barra. Primera vez me dice, vamos a hablar, yo estoy esperando ir a la oficina de Pitbull. Llego y él está detrás de una barra, making a drink. Ale, ¿qué tú quieres beber? And I'm like, what the hell is this? And this is Pitbull. And I'm like, I thought we were going to meet like in an office. It's my first time meeting Pit. So entonces él me dice, toma, y me sirve un trago ahí. I think it was vodka, by the way.
He's already Mr. 305.
Mr. 305,
Maybe
Pitbull,
Mr.
papi,
Is
el
he Mr.
jefe.
Worldwide,
No,
Mr.
no,
Worldwide?
el patrón.
So he's
Ese era
worldwide
el
already.
patrón de Miami.
Okay.
Y me dice, estamos ahí sentados, and he's playing me his new stuff that he's coming out with. Y me pone el taxi. Because he knows I'm from New York. He knows I'm from New York, and he knows that I know the dancehall culture. So he's like, ding, 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 ding. And I'm like, that's Murder, She Wrote. He's like, no. But then he doesn't have lyrics. It's just the beat. And then he starts singing it. He's like, yo la conocí en un taxi, en camino al club. What you think? And I'm like, what do I say to Pitbull? I can't say that. I can't say that I don't like it. It's my first time meeting. I'm like, eso es un palo. Eso es un palo. So, después, mira, para que tú veas, graba la canción, graba con Osmani y la canción se va viral. El taxi. Pero ese día, en esa reunión, Pitbull me dice, Alex, tú has ayudado a tantos artistas. You've put on so many artists. You've helped them out. You got so many friends in this industry. Why are you not making new music? Make some music like a DJ, like a DJ. And if you can, put a couple of hooks or verses or do a little something more than just be like the producer. You know what I mean? So they can see you as an artist as well. Él fue el primero que me dio esa idea. Entonces salió una canción brasilera que se llama Balada Boa de Gustavo Lima. So I was like, you know what? I want to do a Spanish remix to that. So I did a little, Spanish version, and I sent it to Pitt, and he was like, let's do it. So we did it. We did a remix to it. When we put out the record, the people from Brazil, from Gustavo Lima's camp, they sent us a cease and desist. They were like, oh, hell no. Yeah, I can't put that out. That's our record. Even though it's in Spanish or whatever, that's our record. So if you want to put that record out, you got to give us all the royalties. So I was like, and I told Pitt, and he was like, it's okay. Like, it's your first record. You gotta learn now. Learn what we gotta deal with. This is what we gotta deal with here. With permissions and all that stuff. Yo no sabía. Yo pensé que se podía hacer. No pasaba nada. Pero ahí donde yo me di cuenta que lo de la música tiene muchas cosas. Lo que es ampliar, lo que es hacer un cover y todo eso. Tiene que tener ciertas cosas. Muchas cosas. Entonces, bueno, anyways, we did the song. We put it out. And it became a remix, but under Gustavo Lima. We had to put Gustavo Lima and Adam and all that stuff. Okay. Then I go and I do the second single. Second single is Yandel, Shaggy, y este servidor. Se llama Báilame. Did you do that video? Maybe you did that video. I don't know. Báilame. And that was Costilla Records. Because I was putting up the money. I wasn't signed to anyone. So I was my own money for the video.
So he was like Costilla Records.
Costilla Records. It was me. I was funding it. Yeah. You ain't get it.
I didn't get it. I thought it was a real record. I was like, I never heard of them before.
It's me. I was funding it. So I go and I put a video. And when they told me, yo, I'm telling you, yo, kids, don't be a DJ. Don't be an artist. Be a video director. I'm going to tell you why. This was my first video, Yandel and Shaggy, right? I paid $125,000 for that video. $125,000 for one video. De la Costilla Records. That was like my savings, man. I'm like, I'm going all in, man. I don't care. Boom, boom, boom. I did the video. I was like, ¿qué más hay que hacer? Hay que hacerle promoción aquí, hay que hacerle promoción en este país. I'm like, dale, boom. Se le fue como like $300,000 en la canción, en todo, en video, en promoción, en todo. And the song did okay. It charted. It did everything. But I was like, man, I can't be doing this from Costilla Records. Because I'm going to go.
But kids, this is a guy that was just DJing. And he was able to just go in his pocket, pull out $300,000 to promote a record. So maybe DJ's the way to go. Yeah, like nothing. He blew that 300 like nothing.
300 y una pelea en la casa. Ya tú sabes que dormí en el sofá como 2 meses cuando le dije, mami, este año no hay Christmas. Este año no hay Valentine. Este año no hay nada porque yo me lo gasté en un video. Bueno, anyways. I gotta tell you a funny story about Romeo. Ahora que me acuerdo de eso. So, bueno, ya. Se fue la canción. We did okay with the record, but then I learned that wasn't easy. It wasn't easy putting out music. So I got signed. I got management. Conseguí un buen manejo. I got signed. We did it the right way. Boom, 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 boom. And then I came out with the song with Gente de Zona. La Mala y la Buena. We did a beautiful video. Quedó brutal. La canción me fue muy bien. Ellos se encargaron de todo. Ya no más Costilla Record. Ya el load was, easier on me. And then I did Que Va with Ozuna. Que va, que va, que va, que va. Right? I did all that stuff. And that was when I did Que Va, that went worldwide. That was my first hit. Yo nunca pensé en mi vida que yo iba a tener un éxito. Porque tener un éxito mundial no es fácil. Y para tenerlo en mis primeras 3, 4 canciones que había sacado, fue una bendición de Dios. Entonces, ¿qué va? Se va mundial. I don't know, hasta el día de hoy no sé cuántos billones tiene ya de reproducciones, right? En listening and video. And, bueno, yo seguí por ahí, pero entonces tenía que saber balancear lo que es mi trabajo en la radio, que es mi pasión, lo que es ser artista y aparte de eso ser padre de familia, esposo. Tengo que balancear toda esta vaina. No es fácil. So I was dealing with that for years. El pa' aquí, pa' allá, y pa' aquí, pa' allá, y pa' aquí, pa' allá. Después, el programa fue creciendo de Nueva York a otros estados, a Miami, a Los Ángeles, a Puerto Rico, a Orlando, a Tampa, a Texas, a Chicago. Bueno, ya el programa es nacional. Entonces, tengo que ir a todos estos mercados y darle cariño a todos esos mercados. ¿Me entiende? So, comencé a viajar, tuve que viajar, montarme en un avión. Yo mantengo en un avión, toda la semana tengo un avión, pero lo bonito es que la compañía que yo trabajo me ha dejado crecer. No me han aguantado, no me han dicho, no, tú no puedes hacer eso. Me dice, sí, hazlo, ¿quieres ser artista? Go ahead. ¿Quieres hacer conciertos? Go ahead. ¿Quieres, te va bien haciendo los programas? Saca números buenos en todos los estados. Our song, our show, our radio show is top rated in all the markets. So the company lets me grow and lets me, because it's good for both of us. We both grow. Y seguimos creciendo y seguimos abriendo puertas.
Yes, beautiful. So I'll tell a story, right? Sometimes people ask me, like, say if someone brings things up. A friend of mine is one of the creators of Narcos.
Oh.
Right? So sometimes people will talk and, they'll bring up like a Pablo Escobar or something like that. And I tell people a story and I say, you know what? I went to Pablo Escobar's house. And people are like, how did you go to Pablo Escobar's house? And sometimes I don't get a chance to finish the story. I'm like, Alex Sensation took me to Pablo Escobar's house. and the fact that it's they're like, Alex Sensation took you to Pablo Escobar's house. But we all went out to Nicky Jam's wedding.
The Nicky Jam's wedding, that's right.
And I mean, he can say what he says about DJ, but DJ has brought him an incredible life. Like, a lot of the artists look at him like, how much money is Alex Sensation making? So we're all at Nicky Jam's wedding. It was a great wedding.
Vin Diesel.
We had a big dance battle. J Balvin, he posted
he
the video.
Broke his neck
doing the flip. We started battling, break dancing. But the next day, Alex took us all because I don't remember paying. So Alex took us all, got a bunch of cars, got a boat, took us to this one side of the island.
I took him to see La Manuela. La Manuela is one of the houses that Pablo had that was like his vacation home, like the Hamptons type of thing.
Yeah, but it's in the middle of the water.
It's en el Peñol, donde está el Guatapé.
Yeah.
Entonces, but it's a tourist attraction. It's a tourist attraction, so I took them there. They have like paintball, you do quadding in the whole property, and it's all blown up. It was all like, torn apart by people looking for money and stuff like that. But then when I took Jesse there, he was like, he was in shock. He was like, yo, what is this? Yo. And the guy,
De La Jeezy.
¿Te acuerdas? De La Ghetto was with us. De La Ghetto was with us. And you remember when the butler came out?
Yes.
The butler, Pablo's butler, was the one that was in charge of the land, because cuando él falleció, él quedó encargado de la propiedad. So, toda la casa estaba desbaratada. Lo único que quedaba era la parte de la discoteca de la Manuela, de la casa. Y el señor ahí recibía a los turistas, and he made it like a tourist attraction.
Really?
Y él cobraba, $20, $30 a head to go in and paintball y tomarse una cervecita y dar una vuelta por ahí. Quadding and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Y ahí fue.
So he took us on the boat, and he was playing the album.
And I was playing the album.
The album. He was playing us the album.
I was playing Que Va and all that stuff.
Yes, and we were rocking to it. And then I remember going to the Manuela because it was one of Pablo's daughters. So that property was called La Manuela. The walls were still up. Like something happened to the house, whether they bombed it or something.
They bombed it.
But the walls were still up because the walls were like this thick. Because Pablo never wanted you to be able to hear a conversation from one room to the next.
Yeah.
So they were double walls. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, crazy. Yeah. Most of his stuff is now used for tourism. Like the other one, the big one, I forget the name of that one. La otra, la grande, la que tiene el avión, la avioneta o algo.
Shit.
Esa ahora también es como un museo. It's like a hotel or whatever. And a lot of the stuff, the one in Mexico, la Casa de México, también es un hotel.
Yeah, there's one that I went to. I took a trip with Nas once, and we went to Tulum.
Tulum, that's it.
And I remember taking pictures with Nas in front of the house. He's like, "We're from the Esco with Esco." You know what I mean? We're taking the pictures.
There's where, like, I didn't understand. Like, for example, Colombians are very sensitive when it comes to the whole Pablo era, right?
Yeah.
So like posting pictures with any memorabilia of his is considered disrespect. Mm-hmm. So I didn't understand that, because that was my first time going back to Colombia since I was a kid. Was for Nicky Jam's wedding.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to go to Colombia. My mom would not let me go back to Colombia because there was still danger. There was still kidnappings or whatever. So she was like, you can't go to Colombia. So when Nicky Jam's wedding, Nicky's like, you have to come to my wedding. And I'm like, my mom don't me deja. And he's like, well, I'll talk to your mom. So Nicky had to come to my house, talk to my mom. Be like, señora, yo lo voy a cuidar. Yo tengo seguridad y va a estar hasta Vin Diesel, el actor. Y mi mamá, ¿quién es Vin Diesel? Yo no sé quién es Vin Diesel. Puede estar Vin y a mí no me importa. A mí no me importa quién esté ahí, pero mi hijo no va. Entonces, pero es que si tu hijo no va, no hay DJ y después se me daña la fiesta, señora. Entonces yo fui. I went and we had an amazing time. We had a blast. I went to that tour, right? But before I posted the pictures, my boy that's from Colombia, he's like, don't post that because you're gonna get heat. So we never posted those pictures.
But me and De La Ghetto did, though. We were just like,
Romeo y De La Ghetto, they were like, yeah. The Romeo story. Okay. So, Aventura, right? Aventura ya llevan 5 o 6 años, ya están tocando, ya están haciendo conciertos. Ya Anthony, yo le digo Anthony, pero es Romeo, tú sabes. Pero yo siempre le digo Anthony porque desde chamaquito nos decimos los nombres. Bueno, Romeo me dice a mí, yo lo miro y él siempre anda vestido. A Romeo le encanta la ropa, el estilo. Ese es uno de sus... Yo creo que le gusta más eso que los carros. Por ejemplo, I'm a car guy.
I saw it today.
Yeah, I'm a car guy.
I saw you came. I'm like, that's him over there. It has to be. That vehicle just came from Mars.
No, mira, Romeo, tú le dices, Romeo, mira, ese Ferrari vale $200,000. ¿Qué? $200,000 de Ferrari. Yo no voy a... Eso, olvídate de eso. Romeo, esta camisa vale 350 porque es una de una, hecha con piel de yo no sé qué. Eso está barato. 300,000, toma. Él no le importa la ropa, él gasta lo que sea en ropa. Bueno, yo no sabía eso en ese entonces. Entonces yo lo veo que él se viste muy bonito y le digo, Romeo, ¿dónde tú compras la ropa? Me dice, Alex, yo tengo un amigo mío que tiene una boutique ahí en Manhattan, ¿cómo es que se llamaba el lugar? Ahí en Downtown.
Soho.
Por allá, por Downtown, por allá. Me dice, no te preocupes, I got you. Cuando él me dice I got you, yo entiendo que voy a ir allá y voy a pedir todo y que él...
He got you.
¿Sí o no?
That's what I was thinking.
Right?
That's what I was
Si
thinking.
yo te digo a ti, ve para allá, I got you.
Yeah.
Right? Bueno, yo voy para allá y llego y me recibe un señor, no sé si era ruso, no sé de dónde era, pero era más pequeño y hay una rubia, una Miss Universo, nada más él y ella. Me reciben, oh, you're Romeo's friend. Oh, welcome. We've been expecting you. Cierra la puerta de la boutique. He locks it.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, oh. It's just, yeah, it was like that.
And they gave you a drink.
Yeah. He comes out with a bottle of Dom P.
Oh, Lord.
And the lady, una modelo. Miss Universo. Bueno, yo ni con una escalera yo le alcanzo. La muchacha, él comienza y saca una camisa. Mira, esta camisa es de piel de cocodrilo. Esta camisa solamente hice 2. Y una la tiene Romeo. La otra la vas a tener tú si la quieres. Y yo, pues sí, ponla ahí. Pero no decían, no tenían tags. Ninguno de las piezas tenían tags. Ese era mi primer red flag. Ese fue mi primer. Yo dije, ok, ponla ahí. Viene, estos pantalones son hechos de testículos de camello de Egipto.
He's like camel ball.
Yo dije, de verdad. Yo solamente hice 2. Uno lo tiene Romeo y el otro le digo yo, ponlo ahí. Ya van 2. Bye. Bueno, ya elegí como 4 o 5 piezas para no abusar de Romeo. Y unos zapaticos. Bueno, voy yo y él me está empacando todo. La muchacha bien bonita me está empacando todo. Y lo veo ahí que en la registradora le está haciendo ahí clic, 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 clic. Y yo estoy mirando y yo pum, 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 pum. Me pasa un papelito. Yo miro el papelito. El papelito dice $32,000. Yo estaba tomando la champaña y tenía como un vaso así completo. Espérate. You mean 3,200? 3,200. Me dice, no, 32,000. 32,000. Y yo, coño, comienzo a amagar yo. La tarjeta mía que nada más tenía como límite de $5,000. Yo había traído cash, 5,000, por si acaso, 5,000. Y tenía un par de tarjetas que tenía límite como de 5,000 pesos, porque cuando eso yo no ganaba esa clase de dinero. Bueno, yo temblando, le di los $5,000. Le pasé como 5 tarjetas, cada una 5,000 pesos.
Damn.
Papi, $32,000.
Oh, must be good being out of sensation.
No,
But it was me.
remember that I wasn't making that money yet. He was rich. I wasn't yet. I wasn't making that type of money yet. $32,000 for 5 pieces of clothing was too much. I didn't have it. That's like a whole month of my or 2 months de lo que yo ganaba en ese entonces. Bueno, yo cogí toda esa ropa y yo dije, cuando yo vea a Anthony, yo le voy a decir de todo. Yo le voy a decir de todo. You want me to tell you what I did with that clothes? I put it in my living room. En la sala la colgué toda así. En el apartamento que yo tenía con mi esposa, yo colgué todas las camisas y los pantalones y los zapaticos los puse así como en un dresser de decoración. Nunca me los puse. It was all decor. Pero yo dije, yo nunca me voy a poner eso. Yo eso lo dejé como un cuadro. That's what it is. El dinero que me hizo tirar los Romeo. Mira, ¿tú ves esa camisa? Esa camisa me costó $7,000. Los Romeo. Esos zapatos fueron $5,000. Cuando la gente venía a la casa decía, ¿qué es eso? Eso es arte. Eso es arte. Eso no es ropa, eso es arte. Esos pantalones son de huevo de camellos. So when I told Anthony the story, when I saw him and I told him the story, he was crying.
I'm
Él
crying.
lloraba de la
I'm
risa.
crying right now.
He was crying. He was laughing. He was like, but I told you I got you. You could have just told him to put it on my bill. And I'm like, bro, how am I gonna do that when he gave me the receipt?
Oh, man.
But I got you. Don't worry, I got you. I'm like, yeah, no, never again. Chacho, ya después de eso, cuando yo le pregunto cualquier, yo, where you got that watch? I know this jeweler. I got you, ¿no? Y por allá, mira, no, por allá no paso.
No, but he told you got to say, put it on my bill. So if anybody invites me to those places, thank you. I learned the lesson today. Yo, put it on his bill.
Put it on his bill.
Thank you.
And I was going to do it. Yo le iba a decir al señor, le iba a decir, can you put it on Romeo's tab? Pero con esa modelo ahí, yo no iba a quedar de que rullido.
So he just did 32,000.
Yo no iba a quedar rullido.
To not look 32,000.
Mira.
Must be
Y
good being a DJ.
esto no lo sabe mucha gente, pero
They all know now.
ahora sí. La esposa mía me dio, o sea, una pela de lengua que en mi vida ni mi mamá me había hablado así. Y ella me dijo, dormí en el sofá, como 2 semanas dormí en el sofá. 2 semanas, porque fueron $32,000. Muchacho. Ella me digo, pero tú no pudiste. She said, you could have said, voy para el carro y ya vengo. Y te montan en el carro y ¡fuápate!
Exactly.
Yo digo, mami, no, porque ¿cómo le voy a quedar mal que a Romeo? Porque recuerda que yo estoy representando a Romeo allá. ¿Y a qué? Pues dile a Romeo que te devuelva los 32.
That's not a bad idea. But it must be good being Alex Sensation.
Nah, you know.
To take that hit.
I took that hit.
Nice.
Ahí donde yo me di cuenta que hay veces que hay amigos de uno que tienen mucho dinero y ellos no asimilan que nosotros no tenemos el mismo dinero. Es como nuestro amigo J Balvin ahora. Tú sabes que hace una fiesta por allá en otra parte del mundo y llégale, ven. Y ellos en su jet privado, y ven. Y yo, sí, JetBlue. Oye, JetBlue. Era.
That's beautiful that you keep having these like long-lasting relationships, and these relationships that you built in the industry are still there. You know, because it's a tough industry.
It's a very tough industry.
And let's do you have like what's the wrong side of that, right? Because I'm sure every artist wasn't always great to you. I mean, you actually have so much value for them that they are fake nice, even if they're not good people. But have you come across that kind of stuff? Like
I give what I get. You know what I mean? Like, if you're cool with me and we've always been cool, like I'm a real person. You know what I mean? Like, you guys know me de muchos años. Nos conocemos de muchos años desde Nueva York y siempre he sido el mismo. Nunca he cambiado. No importa el éxito, no importa el estatus, no importa nada de eso. A mí lo que me importa es el ser humano, la manera de que la persona trata a la otra, el respeto, el cariño. Eso es lo que vale de verdad, ¿me entiendes? Entonces, hay muchos artistas que sí, llegan a su momento y cambian, se desaparecen. Cada persona está viviendo su vida y su mundo. Y uno no puede culparlos. El día que regresan y me dicen, yo me he sentado con algunos de ellos ahora, ya maduros, grandes, no puedo decir los nombres, pero que me dice, Alex, perdóname porque me alejé. O perdóname porque me desconecté de ti. Perdóname porque no volví a venir a tu programa. ¿Me entiendes? Porque pasa, ¿me entiendes? Pasa, pero el mundo sigue dando vueltas y nosotros seguimos aquí, gracias a Dios. Entonces, yo siempre le digo a un artista, lo que tú siembras, eso es lo que tú vas a cosechar. Si tú siembras cosas buenas, siempre vas a cosechar cosas buenas. Trabaja con la gente que te ayudó desde el principio. Mantén esa gente, esa relación, todas esas cosas que te abrieron las puertas al principio, manténlas cerca. Porque todo eso te va a seguir sirviendo para toda la vida. And that's what I always tell them, always try to be good to everybody. Al menos de que te trataron mal, que aquí, o sea, yo nunca, I've never ever, disrespected anyone publicly. Tú nunca me has escuchado a mí en la radio decir algo negativo de ningún artista, ni hablar mal, ni faltarle respeto a nadie, porque yo soy una persona que pienso que el respeto es muy importante. Si tenemos algo personal, tú y yo, vamos a hablarlo en persona. Y ya, y lo arreglamos. Lo que se habla, se arregla. Lo que no se habla, va a seguir escalando y va a seguir y va a seguir y va a seguir. Whenever there have been any misunderstandings, there has been some misunderstandings, pero son cosas de negocio, de un concierto o algo. Nos sentamos, hablamos, arreglamos todo, pum, pum, nos damos la mano y seguimos para adelante.
What about when you were a DJ? Did you ever get pressure to from artists that they wanted you to go to the club and play this record? Or I need you to play this now. Was that ever frustrating for you?
No. I would play a record, and I would know very soon if the record was good or not, if the people were vibing to it, and it would become part of my sets. So.
But what if you didn't like the record, but the artist was somebody you were cool with?
I would try. I'm honest.
You would still try.
I'm honest. I would try, and I'll be like, listen, I'm playing the record, but I'm not getting no reaction. And the club is instant reaction. Ahí tú te das cuenta si una canción es buena o no. Tú la tocas en una discoteca y si no bailan, ya tú sabes, se jodió.
But DJ, were you ever wrong with one? It didn't work once or twice, and then all of a sudden it caught fire? Did songs catch?
No.
Esa ojera está dura.
No, Babi, no. Yo cuando tocaba una canción, yo veía la reacción de la gente y le daba un par de discotecas, la trataba y veía la reacción. Por ejemplo, te doy un ejemplo, Nicky Jam. Nicky Jam surgió otra vez de Colombia. Él fue a Colombia para renacer como artista. Y ahí fue donde nos volvimos a encontrar. Y me envían un DJ pool. Me envía Voy a beber. Hoy voy a beber. Y yo la escucho, porque yo escucho lo que está saliendo. Yo escucho todos los temas. Y dije, wow, Nicky Jam. ¿Dónde está Nicky Jam? Yo pregunto por él porque hacía años que no escuchaba de Nicky Jam. Y me dice un amigo, Nicky Jam está en Colombia. Está mal. Está tratando de renacer su carrera en Colombia porque Medellín era el punto donde estaba saliendo el reggaetón en ese entonces, donde estaba surgiendo un sonido nuevo de reggaetón, gracias a J Balvin y todos estos artistas. Como es la vida, ¿verdad? Entonces, toco Voy a beber. ¡Pum! Esta canción es de mi hermano Nicky Jam. Nicky Jam, yo sé que estás en Colombia, pero esta canción está buenísima. Y la estrené, Voy a beber. He hits me up on Twitter. On Twitter me manda un tweet. Te estoy escuchando en Medellín, gracias. lo que tú quieras, te lavo el carro, te limpio la casa. Él es así. That's how he talks. And I was like, bro, and I tweeted back, I'm like, bro, esta canción es un palo. Cuenta conmigo. Y comencé a sonársela, a tocarla todos los días en el programa. Y cuando hice el concierto, lo invité. Le dije, ven al concierto. So we brought him from Medellín, and he sang Voy a Beber. And he saw la gente reaccionó cuando vio a Nicky Jam de nuevo. It was like, wow, because he was missing.
Yes.
It's like a good 5 years que no sabíamos de Nicky Jam. Por ahí 5 años. Y ahí él me dio la mano, nos abrazamos, me dice, gracias Alex, tú no sabes lo que estás haciendo por mí, porque yo pensé que ya se me había acabado mi carrera. Y aquí otra vez tengo una oportunidad. So, that was that, and we became friends, y lo firmó El Ciego, y ahí salió la industria, y después el segundo tema fue Travesura. Dime si conmigo quieres hacer travesura. And then the story that I was telling you was Amanecer. ¿Cómo tú te llamas? So Nicky gave me that song, and he was like, break it in the clubs first and let me know what they say before I go to radio. And I'm like, okay. I go to the club, boom, 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 y estoy grabando un video y pongo la canción. Esta es la nueva canción de Nicky Jam, la voy a estrenar aquí en la discoteca para usted. Y le grabo el video para mostrárselo a él, la reacción.
Wow.
¡Tum! ¿Cómo tú te llamas? Yo no sé. And all the ladies start going crazy right away. It was like an instant reaction.
Wow.
And when I showed him that video, he posted that video on his social media. And he was like, we have a hit. And I'm like, that's a hit. And he went full force with that on the radio.
Oh my God, these are incredible
Woo!
stories,
Shout out to my brother
man.
Nicky Jam.
Nicky. Yeah.
I mean, that's a big,
these
big
are great
moment.
stories.
Iconic moments.
It's all these.
But
stories.
it's interesting because when he did the remix to El Perdón,
Sí.
they called me to do the music video. And
I remember that.
And I shot at United Palace.
United Palace, gracias.
And when we were at United Palace and I was having a small conversation with Nicky, I asked him the same thing. I said, hey, like, what happened? Like, I feel like I used to listen to you and then you disappeared.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you came back, like, and then he told me the story about the drugs. Now I didn't know that he was on drugs, and I didn't know that story. He told me the story about Colombia, and I was like, "Yo, that's the best story I've ever heard in this genre. We should do something. A TV show.
That's how you did the thing.
Yeah, that's how we did it and got it on.
Look,
Yeah.
sí, everything's connected. Oye, otra cosa, aparte de abrir puertas, que es algo que yo quiero que ustedes se lleven de esta entrevista, abrir puertas. Pero hay otra cosa que no he dicho, pero todo está conectado. De una manera u otra, todo está conectado. Tú estás viendo lo que yo te dije, la historia mía de Nicky Jam, y lo que pasó con Nicky y Jessy, y salió lo de Netflix, y por ahí, y todo está conectado. ¿Ves lo que te digo? ¡Qué bonito! ¡Qué bonito, joven! ¡Qué bonito! ¡El aplauso que se oiga ahí, el aplauso! ¡Un Francisco!
Pero yo quiero decir algo. ¿Verdad?
Hey.
Si todo el mundo o todos los artistas fueran como Mr. Alex Sensation, los latinos fueran los número 1 en la planeta. Porque el problema que tenemos los latinos es que no le damos el apoyo a cada uno.
La unión es muy importante.
Por eso los judíos, los African Americans, todo el mundo están juntos, peleando y siendo algo. Y los otros, como son mexicanos, puertorriqueños, dominicanos, este y lo otro, a veces there's a separation between us, But if we all get together, like right now, cuando llamamos a Alex Sensation para ser parte de Latino Champs, let's do it.
De una, sin miedo.
Like, that's it. Let's do it. I was like, no, let me explain whatever. No, let's do it. Y todo el mundo que está en este show es lo mismo, amor, cariño, historia, amistad, and that's what makes us all powerful. And that was the purpose of the show, to just celebrate.
Thank you.
People like Alex Sensation and hear the stories you might have never heard before.
Yeah, because I don't do these.
Yeah.
I don't do part.
No, you usually the interviewer.
I'm the interviewer, and I only do it for like if I'm ever on a podcast, and I get a lot of people that hit me up for podcasts.
Of course.
I only, like I said, you guys are my friends, you guys are my brothers, so whenever you hit me up, I'm there. That's how it works. This is a family. Like you said, unión es muy importante en este negocio. Entre más unidos, más fuerza. Entre más unidos, más fuerza. Yo siempre se lo he dicho a todos los artistas, pero recuerda que cada artista es como tener, yo lo veo como los hijos. O sea, cuando tú tienes tu hijo, que tú quieres que sea de cierta manera y de pronto él no quiere ser de esa manera. Él tiene que encontrarse él mismo. Igual es con el artista. El artista, tú lo ayudas. Al principio sí, lo conoces, pum, 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 pero tú tienes que dejarlo que él se encuentre y sea su propia persona. Hay unos que, como te dije, sí entienden el mensaje, sí entienden que la unión es muy importante. Hay otros que no. Hay otros que ven el éxito, ven la fama, ven el dinero y se ciegan. Se olvidan de todo. De todo. Pero llega un día que el de arriba, ¡pum!, les recuerda, ese no es el camino. Lo estás haciendo mal. Tienes todo esto, pero te hace falta esto. Y ahí es donde vienen a recapacitar. Y ojalá, Dios quiera, que se den cuenta rápido, porque entre más rápido se den cuenta y lleguen a ese estado mental, van a ser mucho más felices como persona, como artista, van a hacer más cosas, van a crear más cosas, van a abrir más puertas, van a ayudar a más artistas. Si se olvidan del ego, si se olvidan de quién tiene más, quién hace esto, quién vive en la casa más grande, quién tocó el Super Bowl, quién... Olvídate de eso, chico. Ponte las pilas. Vamos a unirnos, vamos a trabajar, vamos a crecer, vamos a seguir abriendo, porque esto es una cultura y lo estamos haciendo para las próximas generaciones.
And that's why you have the biggest Latin concert on the planet Earth that you do every year in all the big cities. Porque todos los artistas vienen.
Thank you.
Porque tú dices tanto apoyo, tanto amor for nothing.
Yeah.
So when you invite them to come to I've been to, the last time I saw you,
It's all love. You feel love.
Was at your Miami Bash.
You feel love.
Everybody's there. No one can do that.
And what do you feel when you're there?
It's the
Love.
greatest time
You
ever.
feel love.
The greatest time ever.
And
It's
that-
every artist
And you
there.
you're just having a good time.
Best time.
It's a great experience.
Greatest experience.
Ahí todo el mundo va a pasarla bien y se siente el cariño, el amor, la unión se siente.
No, that's beautiful. And you don't last decades like that.
Yeah.
Unless you have real love, because like constantly, every 5 years you got to reinvent yourself.
Right,
you got to
right.
find another thing, and for you to have that level of longevity
Sí.
is incredible. So
Yo siempre, o sea, lo que son los conciertos es muy bonito porque pues ahora pues tengo la oportunidad de crear todos estos conciertos, festivales y todas esas cositas. Tengo aquí la mega mezcla en Nueva York, que es coming up April 25th. Tengo el Miami Bash aquí en Miami, que va a ser a final de mayo. Estoy haciendo uno en Orlando también, que va a ser en junio. Tenemos uno en Puerto Rico, en el Choliseo, si Dios quiere.
Nice.
Gracias. Y quiero hacer un estadio. Nunca he hecho un estadio. So, de pronto este año, si Dios quiere, de pronto me tiro para un estadio. Romeo, esos 32,000. Oye, esos zapatos y esa camisa todavía la tengo colgada en la habitación.
nice.
So he's not buying planes this year. He's buying stadiums.
No, pero es muy bonito y déjame decirte que muchas personas piensan que en los conciertos uno se hace un dineral, que uno se lleva la funda y déjame decirte que en muchos casos no es así. En muchos casos we break even, right? Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, pero la experiencia está ahí y seguimos haciéndolo para la cultura, porque yo me acuerdo cuando estaba comenzando de DJ que a mí, yo como DJ siempre me metían en una cabina. Yo no podía estar ni en una tarima. Cuando yo comencé a tocar y a tener nombre, yo le decía a los dueños de las discotecas, I tell the owners, put me on stage. I want to DJ on stage. I don't want to be inside of a room back there. I want people to see me. And that's how I started getting respect. And the fans used to come to the DJ and dance with me and take pictures and boom, 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 boom. And we flipped it. We changed it around.
You were the first DJ. I went on stage with you. A stage with you was in Florida somewhere. I don't remember where. It was in Florida. It was 5,000 people.
Jeez.
And I went on stage with you, right?
Let me see.
And you were DJing, and nobody was dancing. They were all looking at you, just bopping their head to you. And that's the first time I saw a DJ as a star, as a
Gracias.
performer.
Thank you.
And everybody was just looking at you, and you're like, yeah, mi gente, like whatever you was doing,
Yeah.
where you at? And I'm just watching this shit. I mean, I have it recorded.
Qué
I
lindo.
have the video. I have
Wow.
it. And
That's
you
beautiful.
were just killing the mic, and everybody. When
It could have been Calle 8.
I don't remember. It was years ago.
Yeah.
Years ago, a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was the first time I saw a DJ on stage. It was you there, and everybody was just looking at you, like you were performing.
That's beautiful.
And you were.
Thank you.
And you were. You had the mic, and you were like,
You know where I got that from? You know where I got that from? You know where I got that from?
What?
I got that from, believe it or not, para que tú veas, I got that from the dancehall DJs.
Really?
Yeah, the dancehall DJs.
Because they do like a battle.
Babo, the dancehall DJs, when I was in high school, they would get on the stage and they would grab that mic. They were MCs. Bring it back. And I was like, those guys take over the stage. They take over the music and they take over the crowd. They control the crowd. And I'm like, I need to learn how to do that. So when I started DJing and I did that, I started my mic skills and all that stuff. When I got to radio, I started seeing all the radio personalities. They were only on-air personalities. They weren't DJs. They just had the most amazing voices you've ever heard, you know. And I would just watch them and be like, okay, that's how you do it. And I was just sponge, just like absorbing all that stuff. So now the combination is, this is the combination. So we changed the whole game. DJ, you're well aware of music culturally, so you know all types of genres, whatever it is. From the 50s to the 2026, let's say. We're already in 26, right? So I can play you all types of music. Any genre that you tell me, Alex, I want to hear some Frank Sinatra. I want to hear some Elvis. I want to hear some Bee Gees. I want to hear some Beatles. I want to hear some freestyle. I want to hear some classic house from Chicago. I want to hear some classic dancehall, some Buju Banton, some Junior Reid. I want to hear some reggaeton, some Daddy Yankee, some Tego, some Dinois, Playero. I want to hear some salsa, Frankie Ruiz, Hector Lavoe, Fania All-Stars. I want to hear some merengue, Alex Bueno, Fernandito Villalona. I want to hear some bachata, Anthony Santos, Raulín. I want to hear some vallenato, Omar Geles, Los Diablitos, Nelson Velázquez, El Binomio de Oro. I want to hear some cumbia, Alfredo Gutiérrez, Carlos Vives. I want to hear some rock en español, Soda Stereo, Maná. I want to hear some Mexican regional, Nodal. And I can keep on going and going and going and going. Dembow, you want some dembow? Vámonos con el Alfa, vámonos con Chimbala, vámonos con J1 de lo nuevo, vámonos con Secreto, uno de mis favoritos, Don Miguelo, Vaqueró y por ahí para abajo. Típico. ¿Te gusta el típico? Tú eres del Cibao. Vamos con Giovanni Polanco, vamos con Banda Real, vamos con el Blachi, vamos con el Rubio Acordeón. O sea, y sigo. So I learned how to master that and this.
Well, that's beautiful. And look, and we appreciate you being on the show. And this is what the show is about. A lot of people in our culture don't get celebrated.
I forgot hip-hop.
The concept
Jay-Z.
of this is about celebrating Latinos like yourself, and we appreciate you having you here. And
Big pun.
Thank you for being part of Latino Champs, my brother. Let's give it up for Alex Sensation.
I forgot hip hop. Also hip hop. I dabble a little in hip hop. Go. No. Thank you, Jessy, Yuli, Latino Champs. I know you guys are beginning this podcast, and I'm first blessing it, right?
You blessed it, my brother, for real.
And opening a new door for the new people that are going to come on this podcast. Make sure you come through and have fun. Enjoy. It's our two legends here in the game. Very respected. You know, I respect you guys. I admire you. All you guys, what you've done for the culture. You have a story to tell as well. So make sure you tell your story too. Los dos. Tú sabes, los dos. Tienen que decir la historia. Y muy pronto viene la película de Alex Sensation, producida por Jessy Terrero. Coming to you. ¿Dónde lo vamos a hacer? En Netflix, en Amazon y todo lo demás. Se va a llamar, you remember el Godfather?
Yes.
El Padrino Musical.
I love it.
Love.